Again, as I said, I'm past three scores years of age, and I'm not going to let my life story die with inside of me. So I just want to share some experiences, stories about me, and that I come to comprehend. And is this one here? You tell me what happened. I'm gonna tell you the scenario. First of all, let me get this out the way. I was a greedy motherfucker. When it came to drugs, once I started getting high, I was a fucking detriment to myself. The just greed. How high can you get? How can you let yourself go to the extent of living for an urgency of getting high? Yeah, I'm talking about getting high. Check this shit out, right? You tell me what I was, but I'm going to tell you what it was. I was dead for 4 days. I was dead. And if I wasn't dead, that's the story that I'm going to share. You tell me what it was. But I just want you to know, first of all, that I never even started getting high until my late 20s. I'm talking getting high, like coke and dope. I'm not talking about anything less. I'm talking about the mama and the papa. And it came as a result of me just selling it and making money beyond that I thought that could gather in a few hours. Okay, so, but I had been making this money already for a few years before I ever experienced the activity of getting high. And one day I said to myself, I had this package that was smoking. I'm serious. Within 90 minutes, 2.5 hours, because I had a quota of what I would do every day. I was not going to be greedy. I did not want to run no block or anything. I just wanted to be known for having the package between the hours of 11 and 4, sometimes 11 and 3. I didn't want to be open for at all, no long period of time. I wanted everybody to make money. And that way would keep the fire off of me. But this package that I had, and I was, like I said, well, I had a quota of 40 bundles a day. And if I meet that quota within an hour and a half or within 4 hours, if I didn't meet it, by and large, I was going to shut it down. Now you want to try to make like $8,000 in 4 hours, but suppose you only make three. Suppose you only make four. Suppose you only make five. But I kept the discipline within myself to not try to be open all day and be participating in that type of level of hustling. I've been a hustler my whole life, and a monkey can sell dope. You can teach a monkey to sell dope or coke. So I'm no fool. And I grew up around all of this. And but one day I said to myself, what the hell makes someone want to do this like this? How the hell can you make $8,000 in 90 minutes? How in the hell, you know what I mean, can this be going on? And after a couple of years, one day I said to myself, and I never in my life, I tell you, my life has always been filled with premonitions. But I never in my life knew that I would be getting high off of the mama and the papa. But basically, the papa, which is heroin. and I became addicted. And I realized to myself the first time I tried it, I was in my bedroom, all alone with me. And back in the 80s, 70s, well, they had these little stirring straws if you went to go get a drink. It was a little slim straw, not much large, but you could sip a little bit at a time out of your drink. And so what I did is I used that straw and just put a teeny bit on it. And Lord have mercy, without me ever knowing this, I became a junkie waiting to happen. I didn't know that would happen to me. I'm making a short story shorter. I became what they call a dealer's habit thing, which is quite different than a street level thing. Street level thing has to hustle up maybe a few $100 to keep yourself going a day. But now, when you got it around you plentiful, woo! The danger you could do to yourself. And everyone knows that the first time they ever did any heroin, they threw the fuck up. Your body rejected it. But after throwing up and wiping the sweat off your brow, the highs that came on, woo! Lordy have mercy. And the benefits sexually, but only in the beginning. Because they used to have this terminology back then called a dope phallus, and how long one could go at work in the sexual activities while on dope. But without realizing, things were setting up to be falling. And all right, now I want to go past all of that. I go to now I'm in 19. What was this? No, it wasn't 1990, July the 17th, 1993. That's what it was. I had to, I knew I had to go in. I had to turn myself, I had 2 years left on parole. And I had to go in, to turn myself in on November the 15th. And I didn't want to go to jail with a dope habit. Not again. That is the most destructive thing to go through, is the withdrawals of a dope habit. Horrible. Horrible. I mean, just raw dogging it. No assistance. Just raw dogging it. That shit is hell on earth. All right, so here it is. I have to go into on November the 15th. I go to New York and I tell myself, probably like a week, 10 days, 8 days before November the 15th, because I didn't want to go in the system to do 2 more years with the habit that I had on my back at that time. So I go to New York and I tell them, this is my plan. I'm going to go to New York and buy some methadone. And I'm going to make sure I kick this motherfucking habit before I have to go in. Now, remember, I told you that I was a greedy motherfucker. I go up to New York, I get up about like 3, probably like 4, because I wanted to be in New York at least by 6. See, I don't know. I got up very early to be in New York by like 6:30 in the morning. And I go out there, simply stand in front of the program, I think it was Lexington 125, to buy methadone as people came out of the joint where they was going in to be treated and given their methadone and then come back on the street. And I had brought several bottles of methadone, 190, 80. I was so greedy that without even keeping count on what I was doing, I think I drunk the first was an 80. And then I think I drunk a 40. Then I think I drunk another 80. I drunk 100. I had drunken over 300 fucking milligrams of methadone. That's how stupid and greedy I was. And not only that, I was buying more. I had a little orange juice bottle because it looked like orange juice. Poured the orange juice out and got about like that much in it. And I'm trying to buy another one to add in it. All of a sudden, this shit hits me. Boom! And I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. I'm in trouble. You'll often hear me express myself as being in trouble because I recognize the error of my ways. And I told myself that I was in trouble. Peter, you got to get out of here. You got to go. I started blacking out. And I remember making it to the subway on 125. I remember going down, and I remember like I was on the train, and I remember looking up and seeing that I was at 86th Street. And I was like, Peter, you got to stay alert. You can't miss 42nd Street. You got to get the fuck home. Fortunately, I made it. I remember going through Port Authority, not really going through. I remember a little bit like some sandwiches, some being sold. I remember like going down, I think escalators. I remember I caught the Greyhound bus. I remember being on the bus, and I used to read all the time. I had the New York Post, the Daily News, the Star Ledger, the three newspapers that I used to read all the time. And I'm on the bus and I'm seated. I can remember I'm only like 4 or 5 rows from the front. And I'm trying to read the New York Post. It was like I was nodding out to a state of dullness, like DULL, like a nigga was away from reality. And before I know it, I don't think I got through a full paragraph. But I remember a motherfucker hitting me. Boom, boom. Sir, mister. Boom, boom. Sir, mister. I swear to God, I hate saying that terminology, but I tell you the truth. It was like there was a patch of darkness and a small flicker from a candle. And I guess that was me, that small flicker candle, that light looked like a flickering candle, small candle. And I started feeling it. And I'm hearing it, and he's like, sir, you got to get off. You got to get off. You can't stay here. You got to get off. My motherfucking ass. Okay, I tried to get myself together now. Like I tell you, not only was I greedy, I was a sick motherfucker. Because you know what I'm sitting there saying I'm going to do? I'm going to go on this motherfucking casino and rob me somebody. But as I take like about maybe 25, 50 feet, I realize I can't do it. And I'm like, yo, Joe, you got to get home. You got to fucking get home. I can remember turning around and walking, and I think I vaguely remember, because I had to walk a few blocks to get to the jitney. And I can remember, like, I don't remember getting there, but I can remember, like, sitting on it. And I can remember, I think I tried to tell a man to let me off back Maryland at the last stop before you go to the casinos. He let me off. I remember because I had to walk to my mother's house is where I was going. And walking across the basketball courts back in Maryland, I remember getting in the house. I remember getting upstairs. I remember my mother was on vacation in Florida. And my nephew was there. And I told my nephew, yo, Ray, I think I fucked up. Check on me. Please, every 10, 15, check on me. Okay, that was like about 11:45, 11:30, 11:45. Got back from New York. And the next thing I know is 4 days later. And I didn't go to the bathroom at all. No urinating, no bowel movement, no eating, no drinking. Did nothing but laid in that bed for 4 fucking days. And then all of a sudden, it's this boom, 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 boom. Peter! Boom, 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 boom. Peter! It just kept on going on. And I came out of that state that I was in. I recognized the voice as the mother of my children. I don't know what's going on. It's nighttime. I don't know what is going on, but I hear it. I'm able to, when I hear it, I want to answer the door. I tried to get up, boom, fell flat on my fucking face. I couldn't walk. I hadn't moved for 4 days. I couldn't walk. I fell on my fucking face. Literally the truth. I moved myself forward by my elbows. I got to the steps. I went down the steps head first, holding on to the rail and trying to get myself to this door. I make it successful without falling and hurting myself. But I can't stand up, so I'm sitting on the floor. I open the door, and it's the mother of my children. And she's just yelling at me. You trying to kill yourself, you stupid motherfucker. You trying to kill your fucking... I mean, she's going belligerent. Bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up. She disappeared, walked away. I don't know. She was gone. I shut the door. I had to pull myself back upstairs to the bed. I get back in the bed. I still haven't gone to the bathroom, eaten, drinking, done anything. I get back in the bed. Before you know it, I'm back out. But it was only like to the next day. And then I'm able to go to the bathroom. And I'm able to move. And I'm surprised. That was Saturday. This shit is Wednesday. Shit is Wednesday. But I'm going to tell you how sick I was. As I said, I was buying some, put it in an orange juice bottle, right? Well, I got that back to the house. I remember I put it behind the vegetable bin. I didn't want to put it on the shelf because it looked like it was only a little bit of orange juice in it. And I didn't want nobody, just, even though we didn't drink behind each other's sodas and nothing, I just didn't want it exposed like that. Now, when I was able, after I went to the bathroom, I was able to get up and everything was Thursday. That's when I became fully active. It was a Thursday. As I tell you, the sickness that I was. You know what I did? I went down to the refrigerator to go get the rest of the methadone behind the bin. And it was gone. I went to my nephew. I was like, yo, what the fuck happened? 2 days. He's like, oh, I threw that out. I cleaned the refrigerator. My nephew never cleaned anything. This was the most motherfucking piling trash motherfucker that I knew in my family. Never cleaned a fucking thing. He did that motherfucking week. And when did you do it? How you do it? Just listen to the sickness of me. When did you do it? Man, yesterday or whatever. You know what I did? Like I tell you, I have no shame. I don't mind telling the truth for myself. I don't want to talk about someone else's conditions of temptations and failures. I actually went outside, went to the dumpster, and jumped in it. It wasn't able to do that. I was just hoping that this is what he threw out, and but it was gone. Oh Lord have mercy! I felt sick all over again. That's the power of that shit. You know, I never went to no meetings, NA or detox or no shit like that. No, but that NA shit, it works for certain people. I think it has become a little dogmatic, but by and large, people can survive and stay sober off of it. So if it helps those that it helps, so it be. But now you tell me, oh, hold on, let me add this. That the mother of my children, my ex, she told me she don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That she ain't, but I didn't know how she would know where I was at. Because I was at my mother's house. And nobody knew I was there. And we wasn't vibing all that strong anyway. But she's like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. That never happened. Again, that's what the paranormal experiences that unfolds in my life. The fact, if I wasn't dead, you tell me what I was. Was I comatized? I have no clue. I can tell you, I didn't, from Saturday to Tuesday night, I didn't eat. Saturday morning to Tuesday night, I didn't eat, drink, pee, shit, or anything. So you tell me what I was. I have no shame, y'all, but like I said, I'm not going to let the story of my life die with me. It has to be heard. Peace, out, joy to all.